How's it going, guys? Hope you are all well. It's been a while since I've done a video. I think it's been, well, not a while, but I think the SNES Mini was the last video I did, which I did like the day after I got it, so that's got to be 3 weeks ago now. Just wasn't really feeling it. I don't really have much time to edit the videos, which is funny because I literally just slapped the intro on and the last bit, but and now I've got a kid and stuff. It's just and I'm working all the time, so I don't really have much time to do these videos. I do enjoy doing them, but I just wasn't feeling it. I just thought, you know what, if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to do it. So I think it's been 3 weeks, which is not a long time, but yeah. I just thought I'd do one because I've got shit tons of stuff which I'd like to show you guys. Right, what should I do first? So we've got some charity, lots of charity shop actually. Car boot, which is sort of ended now, pretty much. And there's a few more which trickle on through the rest of the year. Or Facebook pickup, and a couple of odds and sods from elsewhere. Think I'll do the car boot stuff first. So I'm not really going to tell much story about it if there's not much to tell. Right, what should we start with? Okay, we'll start with this. So the weather turned out okay. There's quite a few people at this car boot, and I sort of went down the first few rows. I saw this on the floor, so I was like, ooh. Now I thought it was a racing game at first from the title of it. I picked it up, looked at the back. I was like, oh, it's like a shooting game, and it's Chase the Express for PlayStation 1. It's actually 2 discs. I hear it's a bit like Resident Evil mixed with Metal Gear Solid. There's like stealth, fishy bits in it. It does look a lot like Metal Gear Solid, and the graphics are really good. You probably can't see that, but yeah. So I picked it up, and as I picked it up, I noticed there's a chap standing like a couple of meters away, and they were getting PS1 games out of the car, and he was just taking them off them as they got them out. And so I was like, oh, whatever. I was like, how much PlayStation 1 games? And they went, oh, they're £1. And this chap sort of turned to me and he goes, oh, I've got first dibs on the PS1 games, mate. And I was like, okay. So it's just sort of I just ignored him, got the quid out and gave it to them. And I was just like, what a fucking penis. Like, there's no need, it was already out on the floor. So, you know, I picked it up before him. So clearly, I get first dibs. What a penis. Actually, another thing about that car boot is there's 2 chaps who are buying video games. I've never seen them before, so just 2 more people to add to the mountain of people buying games. This next thing actually is really cool, and it cost me nothing. So this woman had like a box of PS2 shit on the floor, and I think it was mostly wires and stuff when I'd actually like sorted through it. And then I sort of glanced over and I saw one of these 2 people I've never seen before pick this up, and I was just like, oh, for fuck's sake. He was like right there. And he opens it up and then throws it back on the floor, and I'm just like, okay, I guess it's not in there. So I picked it up and I was just like, oh, have you got the thing to go inside this? And they're like, oh, no. And I was like, alright, how much you want for the box then? And she's like, oh, I can't sell you just the box. I was just like, oh, no, I'll pay you for it. I'm not, like, you know. She's like, yeah, but there's nothing in it. I was just like, yeah, but I was like, I've got one at home I can put in it. She's like, oh, no, just take it, darling. I was just like, awesome. All these people around me were like, oh, what? I was just like, hey. So, yeah, it's a Game Boy box. And it's actually really nice condition. It has got, like, a scratch across there. Yeah, it's actually got all the tray's not the best condition, but yeah, it's got the manuals, and there's this Mario Land and a Tetris one, which I believe came with it. It says on the front. Yeah, so for free, I was like, awesome. I don't actually have one to put in there, but you know, one day I may. She did have a Game Gear, because after I got that, she goes, oh, we've got a Game Gear somewhere. And I was just like, because in that, there was actually a Game Gear game which I took out. I think it was golf game, putter and something. I can't remember what it was. Sort of swung back round, and there was one again. These other two guys. He had it in his hand. The box was destroyed. It was just the Game Gear and two shit games. I think the other one was like Sega Sports, which you always see. I think he got it for a £5, so I wasn't really interested in that. So I got that. What else did I get? Right, now, this chap had an Xbox One console, and I think he sold it for £40. It was like all boxed up, nice condition. And he had some games with it. And he had just one game with it, which the person didn't buy. And I think he wanted £5 for it. So I was like, fair enough, I'll get that for a £5. Yeah, and that's the Borderlands, the Handsome Collection. Nice condition. I really do like the Borderlands games. They're such a... People say they're RPGs. They're sort of... It's more of a shooter with RPG elements in it. I love the humour as well. It's great humour in that. Then I saw this other thing on the floor he had, so I picked that up. And he said £2. I'll go, we take £6 for the game and that, and it's just a Batman Arkham Origins like guide. Some art cards and stuff in there as well. So that was quite nice. So that's all I got from that car boot. Say, real slim pickings to be fair. I mean, the Game Boy box is nice though. And then a car boot I went to recently. This is a big indoor one, so if anyone's from Leicestershire, they might know what I'm on about. Well, Leicestershire commentary. Right, so first thing I saw was this, and I was like, "Oh, it's a PlayStation 3." It's not. It wasn't a PlayStation 3. It was actually a PlayStation 1. I think it was this one actually. She wanted a £5 for it, and I was like, "Oh." She goes, "Oh, there's a controller with it." So I looked for the box. There wasn't a controller in there. So I go, "Would you take £3 for it?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's fine." The stop button, the eject button's a little sticky, so it doesn't shoot very well. There's actually fade to black in there. I had a quick go on that. Which leads me to my next things I bought. Spoiler. Yeah, I can't shut it. So, but for £3, it's got the power lead. So that's the main doodah. So I just needed a controller for that, and then fully enough, a few stores later, PlayStation 1 controller, PS1, £2. So to be fair, I normally only pay £1 for them because I see them all the time, but it's fairly nice condition. So, and I thought, you know what, it sort of adds up to a £5 for that once I put it with that. So for £5 for a PS1 which leads, and so like I say, a PS3 box. So say it's the shitty slim like 12 gig one, but might find one at a car boot someday and make it complete, make it whole again. And yeah, so the next thing I got was a chap who I had something else from him as well. Actually, I don't know where that's gone. So I bought a Wiimote off him. It was a house clearance dude. I know a chap found an N64 in one of the boxes he had, which he got for a tenner, so not too bad. He had a GameCube as well with some, like they had a wallet with some games in. This is what the chap was telling me anyway. After, because when I was there was no wallet with games in, and I think they wanted £30 for it, and I was like, nah. But obviously found out later that there was some games with it. So I'm not sure what was in the wallet. I don't know if someone bought it separately or they just fucking nabbed it. But they had some Commodore stuff as well. I don't really know much about Commodore stuff. There was a couple of games in the box. So I had a quick look on eBay, see what the games are going for. And this one, to be fair, I could only find one on there, and it was boxed, and it went for £110. And you know, obviously that doesn't dictate what they're worth at all. But I say the only one of this I could find was in America for £50. So I asked the chap, "Oh, how much do you want for this?" And he's like, "Oh, it goes with the Commodore stuff." I go, "It doesn't, because it's a cartridge, and it's Wizards of War." Is that war or war? I don't know how they pronounce that. But I go, "You ain't got a cartridge thing for it. It's not. It's a tape deck Commodore you got in there. And he's like, oh right. He's like, well. And then I think he clued on to like why I just wanted this one. He's like, oh, £5 then if you want that one. I was just like, eh. I was like, I give you £4 for it because there's a little chip there. And he was like, yeah, whatever. So £4. Never heard of it, but I'll probably put it on eBay, see if it's actually worth more than £4, maybe. Yeah, and a Wiimote as well for £2, which I don't have. I don't know where I put it. He's probably going to CX tomorrow. The battery slot was corroded because I know another chap picked one up and he checked it and put it down, but I checked it after. I noticed it had, the batteries were all like fucked up and like leaking, but they hadn't leaked onto anything in there. They'd just gone all fucking like crystally, if that's the word to say. So yeah, so that was £2, so that's nice. And then, because I don't want this video to go on for ages, because we're already at 10 minutes, just some odds and sods really. So Micro Machines V4, that was £1.50. Wouldn't mind giving that a go. Fade to Black, which you probably noticed was in the console, that was £1. Forza Horizon 2, £4. That's going to CX tomorrow. I think that's £13 trade. So Payday 2, and I thought there was some value in that. I think I paid £2. It's only £3, but £1's a pound, I suppose. Blue Dragon, a brilliant RPG. Simpsons Here Run, £1, and Crash of the Titans for Wii. I think that was £1.50. I think I get £6 for that at CX. So that's just quickly through them. And that's all the Kahoot stuff I got. Yes. Right, what shall I do next? Charity shop. Yeah, so we get some alright stuff from the charity shop recently. I've been speaking to the woman in there. She sort of knows I go for games and stuff. And the first one is actually not games. But I went in there and I noticed these on the shelf through the door, and I was just like, normally I won't ask, but I was like, you know what, fuck it. So I was like, oh, I'm actually your box sets, DVD box sets. He's like, oh, I don't think you'd be interested in them. I was like, oh, all right. I go, well, are they for sale then or not? She's like, yeah, but. And I was like, all right, how much are they? And she's like, well, to be fair, she's like, I only want £1 for them. I was just like, oh yeah, I'll pick up them for £1. So I picked up these two for £1. And I was like, oh man, what a bargain I got there. So Charmed, and there's 48 discs in this. And I was like, £1? Why did she charge me £1 for it? And I got back and I was just like, oh for fuck, it's region 1, so it's only going to play in an American DVD player. But I'm sure I can sell on eBay and I'll definitely make more than £1 for it, because it's really nice, like, box set. Yeah, so I assume she knew a shit about DVDs basically. So but for £1, I mean, it's really nice. Because I checked CX to see what the box set goes for. I think it was £15, but obviously not £15 because it's fucking American. Same for this one, Angel box set, because I know there's some value in these ones, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and stuff like that. People like vampire shit. So yeah, again, it's American, so that's just shitter. And then there's this one as well. And she wanted £3 for this one, and it's pretty obvious why, because it's actually not. This one actually is Region 2, so this one actually work, and it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer complete set of 7 seasons. I think there's an 8th season as well, but it's animated. I actually might keep this one because I really like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I used to watch it back in the day. So yeah, I suppose I do like vampire shit, but like, and it's done by Joss Whedon, so most of the stuff he does is pretty good. Especially Firefly, which is incredible. So yeah, I might give that a watch. I might give that a watch. So yeah, so I definitely, like I say, £1 for that. I mean, they probably would have sold it if they just put it out, because most people aren't going to check. But then I assume the person would just bring it back. So it's probably a really small market if they were trying to sell that as it is. And then I went in there a few days later, and I was like, oh, talking to one, I was like, oh, any game stuff? She's like, oh, no game stuff. And sort of glanced in the back again, and I could see outside, through one door into the outside bit, and there's like a wall there, and I saw this on the wall, and I was just like, oh, how much is your PlayStation 2 on the wall out there? She goes, oh, there's no power lead with it. And I was just like, oh, okay. So I was like, well, I might be interested in it, because if anyone knows, 22UK knows someone who can, I don't know what they do with them, but you know, if I can get them, I just do it at what they cost me, you know, because that's what friends do. And if they don't work, anyway, she's like, oh, well, I can't really sell you them because, you know, we need to pat test them and there's no cables for them. And I was like, she's like, to be fair, we're just going to throw them in the skip. And I was just like, oh, don't do that. She's like, well, what do you want to pay for both of them? I was like, oh, is there two of them? She's like, yeah, there's two of them with no, she says, there's no power lead though. And I was like, oh, I don't, she's like, about £3 for both of them. I was just like, yeah, that's fine, yeah, £3. So she goes around back, she throws them in a bag. I didn't actually look in the bag, because when I got home, there's actually some controllers in there and 2 games. So whether she didn't see that and she just threw them back in a bag, they came in. So yeah, I got one PS2. You know what they look like. A bit grotty condition, that one. It actually does work though. I've tried it, and it loads up like first time, which is quite because normally they sort of sit on the dash, like the start screen for a while, and it says loading disc, which basically means the laser's on its way out, and they normally do that, but these load straight away. And then there's another one. This was really nice condition actually, so I've got a box for that in there, so I'm probably going to put that in that box. And there's 2 games of it, Gran Turismo and SSX. So, and then there's a memory card in the bottom, and 2 pads. I say one's good condition and one's actually, the case is all smashed, so that's no use for anything. But yeah, I thought, you know what, £3. I sort of felt bad when I got home and I was looking in the bag. I was like, well, she didn't sell us any games of it, but so she said £3, so it's not like I said that. So anyway, continue with the like I say, I've not done a video for 3 weeks, so there's like 3-4 weeks worth of stuff here. So I went in there again. This is a few days later. I was like, any games? She's like, oh yeah, we've got an Xbox 360 in, and I was like, all right. She's like, I was like, oh, all right, to have a look at it. She's like, yeah. So she brings out this bag, and there was an Xbox 360 in it. Got a hard drive. It's the basic thingy one. There's no HDMI port on it, so. And again, she was like, we've not tested it. And I was like, okay. And there was 2 controllers in it. Nice condition, but the battery, this one had leaked all over the motherboard, and the other one, the batteries had gone all crystallized, and again, it all like leaked out the bottom. And I was like, oh, to be fair, the controllers, I'm not sure if the controllers actually work, because they're all like I say, leaked everywhere. And there's also a Kinect sensor. You get a whole £2 for that at CX, so a worthless piece of shit. A dust collector, as I like to call it. Yeah, so I was like, ugh. And she was like, oh, you know, I tell you what, £5. I was just like, oh, it's not tested, to be fair. And I thought, you know what, if the controllers work, you get like 10 quid a pop at CX. And I thought, you know what, money in the till, you know. And she's gone to the effort to go fetch it and like show it me and stuff. So again, she threw it all in the bag. Got home, and there's some games in the bottom of the bag again, like under the 360. Nothing like incredible, to be fair. Black Ops, Forza 2, and Halo 3, and the Sega Mega Drive collection. This wasn't in the case. It was actually in the console, and I assume someone's moved it with it in the console. So it's you can probably just make that out. So that might be fucked. But CX will take it. I know for a fact they'll take it, because the shit they take. Oh my god! So for £5, I mean, yeah, the console does work. So, and the controllers work as well. So for a fiver, again, I was feeling a bit guilty, but to be, I didn't know the games were in there. So, ha 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 ha. Right, and the last thing from the charity shop. Again, oh no, there's a few things here actually. This is all on the same, mostly on the same visit actually. What did I get? No, I know these from a different charity shop. So this is the same charity shop again. Went in, she's like, oh Lewis, there's some PlayStation 1 games in. I was just like, oh brilliant, PlayStation 1. I was like, there's got to be some gold here. Nothing great. She's like, we only want 50p each from. She's like, but I know you'll be picking out the best ones, so you got to buy all of them. I was like, well, how many are there? She's like, oh, there's 5 of them. I was like, yeah, but I'll take them then. So they're not the best. So you've got NHL 2000, Men in Black the Game, Medal of Honor. I noticed this one for some reason it's platinum, but why does the spine say Medal of Honor Platinum? Most platinum games don't do that, and it's both sides. So it says Medal of Honor Platinum on the spine. Not sure why. Rainbow Six and Star Wars Episode 1. And then in one of the cases there was a loose disc of Top Gun Fire at Will and a PlayStation 1 memory card, so that's pretty cool. So that was £2.50 for them. So the cases are pretty fucked on them, so I'm gonna lose track of what stuff costs, to be fair. Okay, do these first. This was local to me, this charity shop, but not the one I got that stuff from. Saw these on the shelf. I was like, oh, awesome. So Metroid Prime 2, 125. Really nice condition. The only problem with it, the case inlay was hanging out the bottom, and it all, like, you know, it gets sort of fucking flapping out the bottom. So I actually cut that off with a pair of scissors, like, neatly, so it looks, you know, nice still. Yeah, 125, and then there was a copy of Wii Sports on the shelf for £1. And then I got to the counter and he's like, oh, I can't sell you this, mate. It's a promotional item. I was like, oh. He's like, so I'll just give it you. I was just like, okay, yeah, that works. So a free copy of Wii Sports and Metroid Prime 2, so that was quite nice. What else we got? These are from British Heart Foundation, Left 4 Dead 2. So this is all fodder for CX. Apart from Metroid Prime 2, I'll probably keep that. Fantasy 10, not sure if there's any value in it, but it was 99p. Grand Theft Auto 5, I think that was £1. Horrible Henry, £6 I think you get for that at CX, so again that was £1. And then a sealed copy of The Last of Us for £1. I mean, you can't go wrong for £1 for a sealed copy. I mean, it is the not to be sold separately one, so I assume it's out of a console. But yeah, that was a sealed copy, sealed game. Can't go wrong with a sealed game. Right, what next? What next? So much stuff stacking up. I don't know where to put any of this stuff. What to do next? I'll do Facebook. Right, so these are from Peter Armour, is it? I think. So he had a full set, and I think he's just thought, you know what? I'm not playing like the filler titles. You know, might as well get rid of them, because if there's some good money in the filler titles. So I picked these ones out first. Well, I say first. These are the first post he put up, because he knows I was going for a full set. So, like I say, normal Facebook is eBay price, not about 20% off, and that's sort of how what you'd be paying, give or take. Some stuff obviously is hard to value through eBay. Say if there's not enough copies on there, or there's not one sold recently, or just some days stuff just doesn't sell as well. So I think these were I think he said £90, and he goes, oh, I'll swap all the broken cases out for you. So obviously I was like, you know what, we do 85 and don't bother with swapping the cases out. And he was like, yeah, that's fine. And then he goes, oh, one's got, just before I paid, he goes, oh, one's actually water damaged on the front. I was like, oh. He's like, you can swap it for something else. And he showed me a picture, and I was like, you know, it's not too bad. So I go, oh, would you throw in this shit game? So he was like, yeah. So anyway, the one which is water damaged is a Midway Arcade. It's got a big game station sticker on. I assume he was a fan of keeping the stickers on. Me not, so unfortunately we'll be removing these stickers. But the actual damage is there. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it up on this camera. Yeah, you can sort of see around here. You can't really tell from the front, so yeah, he was like, I was going to swap for something else, and I was like, you know what, can you just throw that in? I think he only had £2 on it, but it's one I needed, so that's them two. Then we've got Caesar's Palace, lovely condition. It's all there, lovely condition. This one I'm actually looking forward to playing, and it's Stupid Invaders. Quite a tricky title to find for a good price. Again, I think when I checked eBay, they were all over the place. So, and this is 2-disc. It's a 2-disc this game. Case is bust, but yeah, you know, I can replace that. Yeah, Stupid Invaders. So I'm not quite sure what sort of game. If it's a shooter, I mean, it looks like a platformer, to be fair. So yeah, really happy with that one. Another tricky one. This has really gone up in price. I'm sure CX were selling it for like about 15 quid when they first put them up on their website. But it's I think it's about 30 now on CX, and it's Super Magnetic Neo. So again, case is broke, but like I say, I can replace that, not a problem. Yeah, nice condition. And that was part of the deal anyway. Don't replace the cases, I'll do that for a little off. Army Men, Sergeant Heroes. Again, nice condition. Very nice condition actually, that one. And 4-Wheel Thunder. Like I said, again, more complete. I don't think he had any non-complete games, so they were 85 for that. But obviously the main chunk of change was Stupid Invaders and Neo, I believe, and I think Midway was 15. So like I say, that's where it worked out to. And then I noticed the next day he put up a load more games, and I think these were like mostly Japanese Dreamcast game and American Dreamcast games. So I'm sort of going for the American exclusives which weren't released over here. And I think he was originally, and then obviously he's selling stuff off. So obviously I picked out all the ones which I needed. There was actually one more I needed. It was NHL 2 or something. I can't remember which one it was. I didn't see that one, to be fair. But it's like I said, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games here. I can't remember what I paid. Again, I think it was 90 for these. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Right, so the individual breakdown roughly on these, I think, was Maximum Pool. I think he had it roughly for 20 quid. To be fair, I probably wouldn't have paid that. I mean, it's a good price. It's definitely worth 20 quid and more. It was just because it was a pool game, and I was just like, But so if I need it, I need it. So can't complain. Atari Anniversary. Again, these are really nice condition. These ones, so that'll be quite interesting to play. There's a ton of these like compilation games on Dreamcast. I mean, most of them didn't get released over here. Frogger 2. Again, lovely condition. Namco Museum. Again, lovely condition. a sealed copy of World Series Baseball. Now he said to me, he goes, didn't think this was factory like properly sealed. Well, he wasn't sure, to be fair. But I've noticed on the back there, you probably can't make that out, but the manual's actually cellophaned into it. But obviously the manual's on the front, in the front, because the manual is the front cover on these. So I'm not really sure what's going, which leads me to believe it's not factory sealed. But there just seems to be two manuals in it. I'm not sure why. Yeah. And probably the most expensive one, Illbleed. And I think this was £50, this one, roughly. I think he knocked a bit off once I had all of them. There's quite a few copies of this on eBay, and they're all over 50 quid. So it's not actually that sought after, but it's obviously just has a high price on it. So yeah, actually quite looking forward to playing that. So thank you very much, Pete, for hooking me up with these. They've gone to a good home. Pop back over there. What are we on? 31 minutes. Woo! Okay, we're nearly done. We're nearly done. Sort of. Are we? Yeah, so I've got some CX, a couple of bits from Nintendo here, some Amiibos. I noticed these came back in stock. We've got Zelda. These are $12.99. The smaller ones are, which I kind of don't agree with, because they've obviously thought, you know, people like Zelda, let's put $12.99 on them instead of the original $10.99 for Amiibos. Again, this is probably the most boringest one, if you ask me. I prefer there's like the Horse Rider, which is pretty cool. Obviously Link, the Goblin one, and this one, which is the Guardian. And this thing's huge. I've seen pictures of it, but it's always from the front like that. You actually see how wide it is. I think this is $16.99, which actually I'd say is probably worth it for $16.99. And so they'll be going in the Zelda collection up there. There was no way I was going to pay like scalper prices for them, and they were always going to make more. So played the waiting game, and eventually they came back in stock. So I think there's 5 in the set, and then they've done the Champions bundle, which I think is 4 in a big box set, which I don't think they're selling separately. That's £50, I think, that one. And I noticed Nintendo are wrapping each one individually in bubble wrap now, which is kind of nice, because so I know a lot of places, especially Amazon, Shop2, they put like no packing around them whatsoever. And sometimes I've had them where they've actually folded the that bit on top, so then I sent it back. So because I suppose it is a collectible item, so why would you why would you fold it like that? Right, speaking of Shop2, I bought this off Shop2. I noticed I got an email from Nintendo, and I was like, I looked at it and I was like, you know what, it was $64.99. I was just like, eee. And then Shop2 put theirs up for $56.95, I think it was. And I was like, you know what, I'll go for that. And I sent it in a fucking bubbled envelope, a Jiffy bag. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. But anyway, the item in question is, and I didn't have a Switch. I bought a Switch game. I don't have a Switch. Fire Emblem Warriors, limited edition. At the time of writing this, is still in stock. So it's clearly they've made loads this time. It actually survived the Jiffy bag, apart from this bit here. You probably can't see, but it's crushed. I'm not sure if that was done when they were packing it. And to be fair, is it worth that? Probably not. I'm not going to get it out. But it's got a soundtrack in there, which is actually a really nice soundtrack, because it's the whole soundtrack. You know, normally they just do like a compilation of the bigger, better songs. This is the full soundtrack, so that's quite nice, I suppose, because you're paying 20 quid for that normally. And then some character cards, and there's actually quite a few of them. There's like a big wad of them. It's just annoying because they put them in like a paper envelope, and then obviously they're packed by hand. So whoever packed this one, like obviously it's stuck, so they've like proper crushed it down, so the envelope's all like fucked and bent. Yeah, so and I'm not sure if that's from when they closed it. I have looked at other unboxings, and some of them have had the same problem. So unless they're just fat-handed and they just did it themselves, but so yeah. So quite nice. I would probably wouldn't, if you're sort of on the fence about it, I'd probably say don't bother. If it was like $49.99, I think that would have been a fair price. Like I said, I've not played the game because I don't have a Switch, but I believe at Christmas is probably the time I'm going to get one, if I can find one, because they're saying there's going to be some shortages. Whether that's just Nintendo trying to build hype, I don't know. A couple of current gen stuff here. This has just came out. South Park: The Fractured Butthole. Really like the first one on that. Comes with the first game actually included, with a code, and I got some DLC for free. If you don't like South Park, you're probably not going to like it, but I personally love South Park, and the first one's brilliant. It's just more the same, so that's pretty cool. And the next game I got was Resident Evil Origins Collection. I think this was 14 quid. I played the GameCube version of this and them two months. I was just playing them over and over again, just like squeezing every drop of gameplay out I could. Yeah, so really looking forward to playing that. They've obviously made the graphics HD and stuff, so it'll be nice to play that again, and I'll be really shit at it. But hey, that's pretty cool. And the last few things, some CX, some big money CX stuff here. Right, so this first game, it's a Wii U game. I noticed on eBay it was sort of going up in price, and I think currently there's only two on eBay. One's £50 and one's 90 quid, and that's brand new, that one. I noticed CX had one in stock. I thought, you know what, I'll try it. I'll see if it turns up okay. It's turned up alright. The case is not the best condition, but I'll keep it for now. I can always upgrade it. To be fair, if I sold it on eBay, I'd probably get my money back, because I think one did sell for 50 quid. A couple sold for 20 quid by it now, and then one sold for 50 quid. So, and it's the Crudes for Wii U, and I kept the sticker on just to show you that it was £18. The only problem with the case is, and I say you're probably not going to be able to see this, but along here, it looks like someone's crushed it, and it's just like creased round there a bit, and just here it looks like someone's stabbed something through it. Just there, you notice my fingernail's black because I crushed it in my car door. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, the content actually is, I can't complain. It's even got the Namco points doodah in it. So, and I said that was a voucher. So, and my sort of rule with CX is when I'm buying stuff, it's cost me roughly a third of what I paid for it. Like I said, it's £1.50 postage as well. So it was about 20 quid, but obviously it only cost me like a third of that, because the stuff, most of the stuff I buy, literally £1-2, and you know. But yeah, so it cost me, it was 20 quid roughly with postage, so it cost me like seven quid of my cash, roughly. A PS4 game. I don't have a PS4, so that's my fourth PS4 game. I don't have a PS4, but I saw this for 6 quid. I was just like, you know what, I did want that. I played it on Vita, and this is sort of, I'm not sure if it's the same game or not, but it's a Tearaway Unfolded, and bought this in the store. It's all there, nice condition. My store actually leaves the manuals in there, so I can pick one off the shelf and check the manual's nice condition, and it's actually in there. Yeah, 6 quid for a PS4 game. Right, what else did I buy? Right, these two. So after I went to the car boot near Coventry, I nipped into Coventry because the CX there had a couple of bits I wanted. So I went in for this game. It's a Dreamcast game, listed as mint. Was it mint? Nearly mint. Mag Force Racer. They had 10 quid on this. I think it's £2 more for just a boxed one. So I thought, you know, I'll go for the mint one. To be fair, it is really nice condition. That light's really pissing me off. It's glare on my shit. There's a bit of the old transfer of the blue, the black of the back of the manual rubs off. But yeah, I thought, you know what, 10 quid, I need it. So that's that. And then he has some really nice stuff in there. I saw this and I thought, they put the sticker on the fucking box, and I was just like, oh, for fuck's sake. I was like, you know what, it doesn't matter, I can get the sticker off, you know. And it's a virtual fire for the 32X. It's in really nice condition. This was £22. And when they opened it and showed me the car, there was no manual in it, but it's actually in this bit. They put it in the back there, so like I say, it's really nice condition. And the sticker was on the box. I thought, no problem, I can sort that out when I get back. Got home, took it out the bag. I was just like, they've pulled the sticker off. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So again, probably not going to see this on the camera, but if you look about around here, you can see where the sticker was, and they've ripped it off and peeled. There you go, you're about to see it. Yeah, so they've ripped the sticker off and ripped all the shiny stuff off the box. I was just like, motherfuckers, because if it wasn't for that, this would have been absolutely... You're never going to get a mint version of a 32X game. There's always going to be a little bit of damage. You would really struggle to get a mint 32X game, because the boxes just weren't designed for anything. They're just shit. But yeah, you know what, I can live with it. 22 quid. And like I say, it roughly cost me a third of that, so what, 22 quid. I'm rubbish at maths. Was that 8 quid? Something like that? 7 quid? I don't know. I'm no good at maths. Yeah, about 7 quid again, so I can't really complain, because it's really, I mean, really nice condition on that one. So, apart from where they ripped the fucking sticker off. Just when you think you've scored, they do something stupid like that. And these last 3 were off the internet. Actually, no, like I said, I bought the cruds off the internet. And the first 2 which came through, these are Saturn games, was The Lost Viking. And I think this was, here we go, 32 quid, so not a cheap game. Condition wise, the case is it's got some dints in it and stuff, but I thought, you know what, it's a hard case, so I can always swap it out. Contents, the disc's fine, they've cleaned it, so they've left loads of fluid, the white shit powder all over it. Manual's not the greatest, as you can see. Let me get a bit of shinage on the manual. You can't really tell, yeah. But someone's obviously been flicking through it. I had a quick look through it. Let me just get it. I'll just get it out. I'll just show you. Yeah, like the spine there, it's really worn, and someone has written it in the password bit, wherever that is. Yeah, just there, someone's written it. Doesn't bother me. So it's good enough condition for me. And like I say, 32 quid is a pretty good price. So get a new case for it, get a cheap game, put it in there, good as new. I could actually clean that a bit. It's a bit grubby. The next game was £12, and again, like I say, I only paid, well actually it was £3.50 with the £1.50 postage, so it cost me about 11 quid, roughly, give or take. It's my new third rule. Next one, Pandemonium. Again, case is fine, disc is fine. The manual's just, again, it's just a little bit, it looks like someone's been stuck to it and they pulled it off, and it's sort of just ripped it a little bit on the front. So yeah, 12 quid, so it cost me what, 4 quid? Oh no, because it cost me £1.50 postage, and that's bullshit as well, because these came from the same shop, so surely that should be £1.50, not £3 postage. But like I say, if I'm paying a voucher, it's not cost me that. So, and this one took ages to come through. I don't know what was going on. And it's Atlantis, The Lost Tales. 25 quid this one was. It's 28 now, and I think a mint one's 42. So, yeah, really nice condition. I don't think the inside's even been touched. They said the case is so stiff to open. Honestly, I don't think anyone's even used it. The only thing letting it down is just, I can't fit it in the camera. You see along there, it's been sticking out the top, so obviously it's been rubbing. So the inlay is just sort of worn. So again, I might just take it out and just carefully cut the top bit off. Which is a question I'd actually like to ask. Would you do that? Would you actually take the inlay out and just cut that bit off the top, which is all worn? Or should I just leave it intact, the original? Because it's going to annoy me. My OCD is going to be like, that needs sorting out. And that is it. What are we on? 45 minutes. Jesus Christ. Is anyone still watching? So yeah, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed my pickups. There was a lot of them. And I can put this stuff in the shelves and stuff where it belongs and sort it out. Yeah, like I say, I wasn't feeling it doing a video. So, and obviously now I thought, I'll give it a go. And I don't use my phone because my phone's shit. So I have to wait for my for Amanda to come over so I can use her phone. And obviously with a kid, I don't want them crying like in the background. Quality of the video and all that. And just editing it. I don't have the time. As you can probably tell, it's not edited the best. But I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.